Hello, fellow watchers and enjoyers. Ash and Piggy here of Watching Walford bring you WHODUNNIT 2014, also known as the Who Killed Lucy Beale podcast, the show where we are going to go through the Who Killed Lucy storyline from start to finish. It is a hefty one. It's a big fucking chunk of time on the go. But this is week 20, it's episode 20, and we're going to cover all the storylines from the 12th of. Oh, fuck me, what's 2 months before this one?
May. It's May.
It's gonna be May. It's the 12th all the way to the 16th of May, I believe. I did it before. Maybe it's right. Should be right. Fuck it. It's all scuffed. It's all over. But yes, welcome back to WhoDunnit. I will already reiterate, we don't really want to, obviously we don't want to date this particularly, but obviously these episodes are pre-recorded in advance, so we're not exactly going to be like, bloody hell, how's the kids? It's just not really how this one's supposed to work. But surface level, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing good, man. Oh, fuck. Just gotta quickly click off that. Doing good. Got a bottle here. No. Not sponsored. Hold on. Not sponsored.
He's having a drink already.
Not sponsored.
First video of the day, he's on the booze.
Exactly. Oh, fuck.
I'm doing alright. I'm chilling. It's another episode of WhoDunnit. We obviously it's not known, but we did take a little break. Was it last week? We had a little break from it. So yeah, but we're back, and we're back to figure out first what happened on this week of EastEnders, and second, who are the prime suspects, which I think is it's a fun little extra segment. It's a fun way to not just do the awards, but shit. Which I will argue will likely become a staple of WhoDunnit if we do continue this after doing the Who Killed Lucy stuff. But probably not going straight to a different WhoDunnit afterwards. We'll probably just do a different storyline.
Wait, so when are we wrapping up this? 2015?
Pretty much.
So do we cover the whole year of 2015 or just go up to the dates revealed?
No, we cover it till it's fully revealed and stuff. And then obviously we can do like an episode just kind of talking about the aftermath, because it's kind of it kind of, well, the ending is pretty much just Ian being like, "Yo, Bobby, fuck you. I don't want to see you."
No,
I don't want to see you, home slice.
I mean, the ending, like, are we just going up to the live episode, or are we going all the way up to when it's revealed at our wedding?
I think it's up to the reveal.
Yeah, so we just do up to the reveal, and then we do the episode where it's actually revealed to the whole square. I'd assume.
Yeah.
We do that as a bonus episode. And then we're going straight to Dirty Dan. Stick your fingers in your mouth. I stick my fingers in my mouth. There you go.
He's full of apple juice. Fucking hell. Where's that come from? Fucking hell. But yes, welcome back to WhoDunnit. This is what we're here to do. Let's run through the main topics. 2 sub-stories, 2 main stories. First, we have the continuation of David and Nikki, and just more so David being a shit husband, well, a shit fiance, really. That's that there. He's not been too bad this week, so don't worry, and it's a very, very small little tangent. Dot knows Charlie is a fraud. We get to know Dot's mum, not Dot's mum, Charlie's mum, who is either called Yvonne or just Von. So,
I'd assume she's Irish because of that accent.
Fuck's sake, yes, she's Irish.
So it's Siobhan then, probably. If you send me just
Yvonne Cotton, there is a Y there.
Spell it out for me if you don't mind.
YVONNE.
Yeah, he's probably Siobhan.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know Irish language either. Someone just puts a letter in front of any word.
It's like fucking. It's like there was one time I was watching a show called Young Offenders, which is obviously an Irish TV show.
Yeah.
And there's a fucking name I think it's like Siobhan,
Where it's
but
like
to me, it's like Siobhan. And I was watching it with my best mate Courtney, and then I was just like, "What the fuck's this dickhead's name? Shobin?" And it's just I'd never forgotten about Shobin.
Probably her
Fucking
name
Siobhan.
is her name's probably Avon. That's probably her name.
Oh, but yeah, probably.
But like fucking like I love the Irish language in a sense where they're just like, okay, we need to come up with this new name. Okay, we'll stick a fucking Y in there. We'll stick a W. Actually, John, get this said out. Get the said out. We'll put a said there.
It's like the Welsh and just like, all right, get C in there, get some L's. Llewellyn. What are you doing?
I love when I get on the Welsh train and I hear the fucking guy on the speakers just go, "Hello, you're coming up to Londonderry, lulala," and I'm like, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this place? Hello, you're now at Dave's Bollocks," and I'm like, I'm just sat giggling like, "What the fuck? I thought we had shit."
Yeah, Welsh trains are a great time.
And then it's like,
because it's like now we're entering Llandudno. So yeah, here we go, boys.
Yeah,
Cumbran.
I've probably told the story before, but like there was, when I first got the train, the Welsh train, there was a Welsh like guy going around with the cart, like to go, "Would you like an apple? Would you like a Coke or something?"
Do you like a sandwich there, bud?
Yeah, and he had a Welsh accent. So I sat there on my phone, like, do not laugh in front of him. Do not laugh in front of him. And he's going to these people going, "Do you want a Coke there, love?" And I sat there giggling to myself like a 10-year-old when they hear a different accent. I'm just there poking.
Yeah. I mean, we all do it. We all laugh at accents.
I mean, there's a story of I think they were up in Cork, or it was somewhere up the country. My granddad and my nanny were, and obviously for people who don't know, Ireland has hundreds of accents despite being a small like island.
I mean, every place is a shit ton of ridiculous different accents.
Like you go from like Naas to like Johnstown, it's gonna be 600 different accents. But they went up to Cork, and fucking. So this staff's going, "How would you go in there, love? Would you like a bit of curtain for today? A bit of curtain? Would you like a fucking country? How I described them. And basically, my nanny went, Granddad, well, could you help me here?" And so he's going, would you like this, bud? Would you fucking like this? You want it? Go on, bye. So my granddad had to be like, he says, "Do you want to buy these pairs of curtains?" When I said, "You Cork people are weird." But yeah, the fucking I love because if you can't tell by my voice, I speak fast, which shouldn't come as a surprise. But like,
unless you're tired.
Yeah, and then it's.
Then he's like a fucking, hello. Like, oh fucking hell.
My name's Piggy.
He's just rolled out of bed, hasn't he?
But fucking, the language is great. Like just Welsh and Irish language.
It's very fun how ridiculous the different just different dialects from different regions.
Do you have a favourite, like, fuck it, is it Welsh or Irish that you're a fan of? Or Scottish or Gaelic?
What are you fucking asking me all this extra shit that I don't know? I don't fucking know.
No, like, if you had to choose between, like, a funny Irish name or a funny Welsh name, what are you choosing?
I'd say Wales.
Alright,
Gotta rep my country. But yeah, alright, that's enough of the... That's the banter part of the podcast. Now time to move on to the EastEnders. And yeah, so the first two sub-stories, and then into the actual stuff. David and Nikki. Nikki has been texting David non-stop and opens her door to him in a towel. She tempts him with a cheeky wee flash of the old Bobs and the vagine, but he tells her to leave his family alone.
I jokingly went to Ash, he just accidentally opened his phone. He's like, Oh yeah, sorry, I'm just having a look at my emails.
Achoo, achoo, oh, it's fucking
Why,
starts.
why are you coughing so much, David? No reason, no reason. And it's like, okay.
Fuck's sake.
He's
It's
having
so needlessly creepy, isn't it?
yeah.
I mean, fair play for David. He did show some willpower. A woman was in the fucking flesh, and he was like this fucking close to her face. But he told her to leave him and his family alone. This, however, Carol's just happening. She's kind of like, oh, Carol, are you sure you actually want to, is David the right one? You just have to, is he actually the right one? It's really important that you make the right choice. You don't want to fuck things at all. So just making sure one last time, is he the right one? But she's like, yeah, they buy the nice dress and it's quite adorable, honestly. It's quite wholesome. And yeah, it's just nice little stuff. In the end, David buys the dress she wanted. She's all happy and giddy. It's very lovely. And Liam just wants to make sure David doesn't mess up things with Carol, but also just generally, he just carries on. She's like, yeah, I won't do it. Sound. Cheers. Cheers. That's what buckled me. It's like, just don't fuck things up. I won't. All right. Beef over now. But yeah, I'm slowly starting to see more of the fun of David and Carol. It's nice to see them actually be happy in a way. Yeah, you have much to say about David and Carol this week?
David, I don't know if I like David or not, because
it does fluctuate.
It does fluctuate. He to me is the modern day being 2014. Reese Caldwell. I know Reese does not exist yet in this universe. So I don't know how he could be the modern day Reese Caldwell if he's a character who doesn't exist yet. But he is, where he has intentions, and his intentions are sometimes not correct. And it's just interesting. I can't wait to see, because I think David's exit is this month. But I'm not too sure. I think it is.
I don't think it lasts too much longer.
No. I think he fucks off with Nikki, if I had to guess. But probably not. He probably just.
I don't know if he fucks off with Nikki. I think he just fucks off when it all gets a bit too much for him. But like I said, time will tell. We don't really know how detailed. Like I said, we know this time period roughly, but in general, I know 2015 a lot more than I know 2014. But yeah, it's just, it continues. Obviously, the wedding is, in like a couple of weeks?
The 27th, I believe.
Yeah, so it's relatively soon. Next up, we have Dot. Dot kind of confronting Charlie about his fraudulent behaviour. Because Dot went to the police, figured out, oh, they don't actually know who he is. Am I being played for a fool? Because, Dot has to deal with this. She's been lied to her entire life by Nick. She has to make sure that everything's above board. So she goes ahead and steals his phone. Charlie says, look, the police made an error. He then says, look, you can ring my boss, but I just don't know where my bloody phone is. And then Dot's like, I'm fucking sick, me. How about some of this? But yeah, Dot pinched it. She gets Shirley to send text to Charlie's mum to meet, who quickly texts back, and they set out to meet Charlie's mum. Dot meets Yvonne, an Irish lady who is actually Charlie's mum. She claims Charlie is a happy accident. She was married to Nick, but he could never settle down. Yvonne claims that he is a police officer, but deep down she knows that Nick was good. So, Dot quite content with this, Shirley quite content with this, until Charlie and her leave, where they get into a fucking beautiful BMW, and then they're like, oh, I nearly fucked it. Yeah, well, You're playing it a bit too close, you. So she's also in on the con. Sound.
What I can make this actually lore accurate here, because I think if so, he was probably born in what, the 1960s, 1970s.
Probably not that old, like.
So let's just say the 1980s.
Yeah.
So if he was born in Ireland, that means then condoms were still illegal, I believe. So
Who?
I think condoms were still illegal in the 80s in Ireland.
Oh fuck! Really?
I think so.
That's a bit of history that I did not know.
I believe
Charlie Cotton is. How was he born? It doesn't say.
you might have to look that up. Were condoms banned in Ireland?
I'm alright. I mean, judging that Ireland is a fucking heavily religious fucking place, you know.
Well, boss, people now just complain. Bloody putting mosques in my country. Bloody hell. And I'm like, Jesus, calm down. God accepts all. Bloody hell. Like, Jesus Christ, John, calm down. But yeah, it fucking I love that. I love that the Brandon, like Doc Brandon, is Irish. Like, I love that. Technically,
Yeah, it is good fun.
but I wish they went for the stereotypical Irish approach. Like, in her cupboard, instead of having cornflakes, she has like Lucky Charms. And she starts going, fiddly dee, someone stole me pot of gold. Nick Cotton, you bastard. Fiddly dee. How could you? Just fucking did start doing that to him. But I love this. I love that the Siobhan is Avon, one of the two is Irish.
Your nan sells Avon.
Your dad sells Avon there, pal. But it's going to be interesting to see where this storyline goes. I don't know.
It's going to be weird to imagine him actually settling down on the square since he's been lying to Dot the whole time. So it has to come out eventually. It's just only time will tell when it does.
I mean, we all know what happens on the 31st of October 2014. Hello, ma. And then, Jesus.
Back to normal stuff. The main stories. Stan and Shirley fight, and Dean returns. Shirley's forced to get Stan's prescription, and they argue the whole time. They are so close to fucking screaming at each other at all times. Shirley tries to chuck Stan out, but Nancy has a seizure, which breaks up the arguing. Stan takes control, and Shirley obliges. Mick and Linda get back as Stan gives Shirley all the credit for helping Nancy through her fit. Stan apologizes and acknowledges that he was the drunk and that they're both more alike than they'd like to admit. Shirley agrees but says, I'm not like you. She is. she is. Shirley then agrees that he can stay, and he reminds her that he's never stopped loving her. He then proceeds to call up Dean and call in that favour. In return, Dean shows up at the Vic, while Stan says it's never too late to make amends. Dean makes a big entrance, and they want him to settle in, but Dean refuses to acknowledge Shirley as his mum. Stan reminds Dean that it's either time to make things up, or let out all of your fucking grievances. Phil gives Shirley a pep talk to right the wrongs and make up. And Dean's gone straight. He started up a barber's, and Stan recognises the need to sort things. However, when Dean and Shirley finally start talking, Dean calls her nothing, reminds her of Jimbo. Jimbo was his brother who had cystic fibrosis, and Shirley wasn't a very good mum to him, and he died. It's why everybody knew Dean as Dino when he was last on the show, because he added the Dino at the end of his name in memory of Jimbo. Yeah, Dean calls her nothing, reminds her of Jimbo, and says that you allowed me to get sent down. He says, I wish you were dead, as Mick fucking pops him in the jaw. And Stan screams, telling him to stay. Anything on this bit?
Continue on now. I have something to say.
Shirley goes after him, but sobs on the bench. She's also just like screaming Dean through the street. fucking crying her eyes out. Shirley screams at Stan, claiming it was all his fault, and he then threatens to explain the truth about Mick, that being Shirley trying to drown him. Denise tries to get Shirley to remember when her and Dean were friendly and for her to stop feeling sorry for herself, and in turn she decides to start drinking vodka alone. She's leathered, but Phil comes to try and help her out. She says she needs to know that she didn't always get it wrong. Phil then bribes Tiff to get the tape of Shirley and the kids, some videos of Jimbo. She tries to kiss him, but he doesn't reciprocate. And Mick decides he must find Dean to make things alright and to sort things for Shirley.
Yeah, just switch to the two of us. This is like, cause it's interesting to see where we're going with this Shirley, like the whole character situation. Obviously, we know now what happens, but keep it in timeline. We don't know what happens. So it is nice to see Shirley be emotional. I thought Jimbo was like a. I know this sounds so stupid, but I thought it was like, like when a celebrity or like a famous drug dealer just has to change their name to keep a low identity. I thought that was like, I thought that was like Mick, where they're hinting that Jimbo was Mick, and then Mick is like a code name, I guess. But no, it's not. Because obviously Shirley's son is Mick.
Yeah.
So yeah. Dean, on the other hand, I love Dean here being like, "Fuck you, man! You were never there for me." If he was a teenager, he'd aggressively slam his bedroom door and play a Simple Plan. What the fuck's Perfect? He would, or he'd play the Untitled song by Simple Plan.
Classic.
But it's great crack. It's great crack. I'm not looking forward to what Dean does, but fuck me. While he's here for now, we can appreciate him for who he is.
I mean, he's even at this point, he's still a massive bell end.
Look, he's selling phones at this point. It's a lot nicer than his current ringtone to it.
Yeah, but even then, so I don't know if he's ever been anybody's favorite character. So yeah. That's all that stuff. Like I said, progression of this, Dean, Shirley's relationship, very fractured. I've not really got much to add to it, unless you have any more.
Just to like make a bit of conversation. What would you do if you were in Dean's shoes? Like your mother just abandoned you. Would you try and make amends, or would you be like, "Fuck you, man, leave me alone"? You're never there.
And be a pretty hard one to fucking do, because at the end of the day, you still have the idea that they're still a family, and you probably would like to be a part of that family, but also sometimes some wounds are just a bit too, I guess, infected. It's hard to really sort things out. But fundamentally, I'd always generally go on the side. If it was just an issue between them, sure. But since there's a big family surrounding it, it's probably one of them's going to have to be like, look, let's just sort it out for the family.
Yeah. It's a weird situation, because like I say, if you want to make amends with people, you make amends. If you don't want to make amends, you don't have to. No one's going to force you, unless you're a child. And it's like, Dad, you stole my Nintendo Switch. I hope you fucking die. He dies 2 days later. Oh, curse you, God. But obviously, like, unless you're a child, you don't have to forgive. You don't have to forgive. You can forget and just move on like nothing happened. And it is weird when you've been like basically not blackmailed. What's the word I'm looking for? You basically are like, you come to the pub. There's nothing suspicious happening.
Yeah, kind of like manipulated into things.
I just think of that Homer Simpson gag where he's on the phone to Mr. Burns and he's like, "Don't fire me, wink, wink," but he doesn't say wink, wink. And then Mr. Burns, and then like Marge is like, "Oh, he can't see you winking." That's what I like to think. Where Stan's like, "Come to the pub, nothing suspicious." Stan, he can't see you wink. Oh,
yeah.
But classic Simpsons. Got to bring it up anytime you can. Got any reference you can make. Yeah. Name your favorite Simpsons episode down in the comments, lads. Cause golden years of the golden years. There's been some shit years, but still, like EastEnders, it's gonna run until the money dries up. But yeah, this is all I have to say on Dean. I don't know what I'd do if I was in his scenario, because you can't run because people are gonna still think you're in the wrong, but you also don't want to confront it. So you're kind of stuck in the middle where you can't pull it, because if you pull it, you're gonna do more injury. If you don't pull it,
Yeah.
it's just gonna stand there and stab. It's just gonna stab you. So it's like, what do you
Yeah,
do?
it's just the simple case of someone has to make the first move, and if they make that first move, you have to. You generally, if you actually want things to get better, you need to reciprocate.
I did love
Quite apt timing, really. How to deal with family conflict?
if you
Good
know, you
fucking
know.
question.
But I love Shirley in the rain. Oh, if it was raining, I'd love it even more. Because I'm just thinking of that. You know, you definitely probably know the clip. You know the clip of Spider-Man when he's like trying to chase after Shocker, and he's just standing in the fucking ring on Shocker, Shocker. I'm just looking.
No, to be fair, the EastEnders version of that clip that I think of is when Frank leaves, and they're both in the rain in the fucking. Like, Pat, oh, I love you. And you have Pat just crying in the rain. It's like, no.
Because
No.
I'm like, if it was raining, I'd love Charlie to go, Dean, I love you, Dean, come back. Oh, it's great. But yeah, I don't know what I'd do in that situation. I'd be shitting myself. Like I would. I'd just be like, I can't do anything. I can't apologize, and I don't want to apologize. You're wrong. You're a bunt. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's one of those.
But I think we should continue. Is Ben Mitchell the second big story, or is it Mr. Beale?
Oh, yeah. Well, the final stuff is a big mix. It's all blended into one, really.
Okay.
Because you have all of the Ian stuff, and you also have Phil trying to get back in contact with Ben, which is a pretty. It's like I said, I knew it was happening at some point, but some reason all the stuff that I imagine happens has fucking all the things that I imagine happens way fucking earlier than I thought. So that's a fun one. But yeah, so it starts off though as Lola has gone to the press. She decided, I'm going to do something really smart. I'm going to set the record straight, except she's gone to a fucking press. So even if she was really glowing in her fucking commendation of Lucy, the press are probably just going to turn it into, yeah, Lucy Beale was a fucking cow. I'm not surprised she died. I hate her. Lola, probably. Like, that's pretty much how it's going to fucking be, isn't it?
It just writes a little letter in the fucking newspaper. Your daughter's dead. Ian, fuck you, bye. Thanks for the 300 quid.
Like the fucking credits of Friday the 13th on fucking SNES. Banger. That's a deep cut.
I just on the topic of that, 300 quid to slander someone's name.
Not bad, like.
Mate, just to switch to up, I'm not saying if we had an argument and we fell out and we're somewhat slightly popular.
Well, mate, I don't that you'd be like, oh mate, just got 300 quid. Have some of this. Yeah, cheers, mate.
But like, if 300 quid to go Ash is a wanker.
Yeah, like we're ever in the situation that's news. Shit's fucked. Shit's fucked. It's over.
Like, I just find it funny, like, just...
you know how I'm about to fucking just, not here for a long time. Here for a good time.
The tabloid's the Sun and that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the Sun, the Daily Star. It's like, well, the thing is, you have the
It's
what the
tabloids
fuck's
and
the other?
something else.
You have you have the tabloid and the broadsheets.
Yeah, the broadsheets.
Broadsheets are the more fucking serious, fucking.
Yeah, I couldn't think of that.
Like more factual based.
The thing I remember about like tabloids is you just see everywhere, like, a tabloid likes to take advantage of the shit situation and turn it into the tens. Like, if they were making smoothies of shit, they'll be making literal shit smoothies. Because, like, so let's just say, like, Mel Owen from EastEnders. She puts on about £1 or two. She puts on like maybe £2. Fat bitch.
I mean, I have the
look at
best
her.
story for this. I have the best fucking. I told you this before, but on my old phone, for some reason, they decide my old phone because you get that like curated news feed. So my old phone really decided that my news feed was going to be dominated by Amanda Holden, and I don't know why. All right, I don't care about Amanda Holden. She's fine, I guess. I don't fucking care. I don't need to know. But then because it was in my feed for like a solid year, by the end I just started clicking on it like, fuck it. Because, you know, they do all the like, Amanda Holden in this fucking racy get up like. It's like, fuck it. Fine, let's have a look. Stunning woman. Absolutely stunning. But why the fuck am I getting her shit in my news feed? And like in the end, I was just like, fuck it, go on then.
Like this probably might
Stop.
be.
Point being, stop fucking showing me Amanda Holden for fuck's sake. I don't want to fucking know. I don't care about Amanda Holden. I don't need to see Amanda Holden, and everybody needs to stop fucking asking me about Amanda Holden.
I know this might date it because this is the 16th, but I fucking love when the tabloids like because obviously they know I like EastEnders because they listen to your conversations. Like that's not conspiracy. That's probably the truth. They pick up on the words.
Yeah. Well, data's being sold everywhere.
Yeah. And basically, for some reason, I don't know why I'm saying for some reason. I know the reason. They recommend EastEnders. So I'll be like, okay, it's a Friday night. I'll be sitting there just scrolling on my phone, and then it's like, you won't believe this EastEnders legend who's leaving the show after 10 years. Like, oh shit, Phil's leaving. Is he leaving? It's Freddie Slater.
The one thing that annoys me is when they present what's happening in the show as real. So I was like, they've left the show, and it's like Honey has left for a couple weeks. It's like Honey's left the show for good. Guys, please stop fucking being annoying like this.
I wouldn't mind if there. I think there definitely has to be a website that is in universe to EastEnders, but still, I can't fucking I can't take you won't believe this EastEnders actor who's returned. The EastEnders legend returns after 6-7 years. It's Jane Beale. I'm like, EastEnders legend. You're
She is an EastEnders
legend. Yeah. I know, but I'm like, you're tickling me by not naming her because I'm thinking fucking, someone like iconic from the past 20-30 years, like Lofty, and then it's fucking like Jane Beale, and then I'm like, could have been Lofty. It could have been Lofty.
I'd say Jane's probably more popular than Lofty.
She definitely is.
Might be controversial, but
I generally thought on Jane Beale.
Like the only reason Lofty's remembered is because it was the start of the fucking show. In my opinion, at least.
I remember.
Obviously, I love Lofty. I think he's great, but he definitely gets that early rub.
He gets a rub every morning from his lovely wife, I'd assume. If he has a wife.
If you say so.
He might have a husband. I don't know.
Mate, are you the press? You're phone hacking him.
I'm doing my fucking.
Yeah, his latest Google search: big booty bitches. He's done it again.
What the fuck?
He's done it again.
Was it Piers Morgan, the guy who phone tapped people? It was just. Am I wrong?
Yeah, fucking prolific phone hacker. Got a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That's just also the dark side of the press as well. A lot of actual people getting fucking
marked.
Personal information leaked.
Yeah, that's the bad side of it.
Exactly.
But when I seen Jane Beale, I thought I was going because obviously Jane Beale looks a bit different because it's been 7 years now. I thought.
She is allowed to age.
Yeah. I thought someone was going to say, "Wow, she got really fat." I'm like, thankfully, no one commented that. Because
except for you in your brain.
What?
Except for you in and now publicly in a podcast.
No, I did not think that. I'm just quoting. Don't you dare rat me out, lads. I did not say that. I'm not the press. Please. I have a reputation to uphold.
But yeah, we get back to the EastEnders?
No. Fuck you, we're not.
Never. On Friday's episode, Lauren made a statement about Jake and feels uncomfortable around him. Peter screams at Lola as she sold Lucy's story to the press for 300 quid. The police turn up at Jake's door and want him to stay, and they want to stay for when he gets back. And then after, Lauren gets rattled by Stan gossiping about the article, and she screams at Jake like he shot her puppy. At the end of episode 1, they arrest Warren and Fox for the murder of Lucy Beale. Everyone crowds around and spots Warren Fox being put into the cop car. I like how all he had to do was not act fucking sketchy. But like the second he's in front of a big crowd, he's like, yeah, I never fucking did it. But even if I did, I'll fucking do it great. Fuck you. See these hands? That's blood on these hands. Like fucking, he's just trying to. They're trying to make him look like the most fucking like guilty fucker ever.
It's like when a celebrity is caught in a scandal and they're putting them into a car. I think about the fans now. Like, no, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. I've seen his cock. It's huge. He's great. He's lovely. You can't do this to him. You can't. No, please, no. And it's like, what did they do? Oh, okay. I do love how Ian was trying to fight him. Like, because I'm not saying Jake's not, because I know he's Jake's not Warren Fox. Well, I got him Warren Fox.
Yeah.
But like, Warren Fox in the EastEnders universe is going to be stronger than Ian Beale. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Like Jake, even Jake would fucking twat him.
Yeah.
Like fuck. So that Ian. That was fucking duck bobbing and weaving.
Hey, fucking Dusty Rhodes.
That's at least an elbow dropper scene in my life.
You do better than me. You do better.
Mate, I already did.
Show us your Dusty
already
Rhodes
fucking
roll
did.
up.
Fuck you. I already did one. I'm not doing it. I don't get rattled. Fucking. I say that. There was this. No, it's fucking. I'm not telling that stupid story.
Go on.
No. Warren Fox gets arrested. Everyone day after is reeling from the news about Jake. Summer Hayes fills in the Beals and suggesting that they've been able to charge him. Lauren's panicking if she's got the wrong man, while Peter moves out of Lola's. Phil checks on Ian and offers to help open up the restaurant. He tells him he has to be strong for the family. Ian breaks down knowing he can't even bury Lucy, and Phil keeps trying to get him to keep everything together, and remembering that he isn't hated. Ian tells him to make things right with Ben. Phil is in tears, and Ian asks him to leave. Phil gets Richie to sort out a visiting order for Ben to reveal that Ben was released from prison a month ago, and he's made absolutely no contact with Phil. Lauren and Peter talk things through, mentions how he and Lola are on a break. He worries that he can't help Ian through it. But then they also have a cheeky little mwah. The old granny kiss, just mwah. One of them. Absolute beauty. Phil struggles dealing with the aftermath of Ben not, because obviously Phil has a lot of problems with Ben, because he does feel like, and it probably is the right thing, that the only reasons Ben has gotten where he is because Phil couldn't be the dad that he needed to be. Like my read on Ben Mitchell is Ben Mitchell will never be good enough for Phil. But in where the real development comes on in is understanding that he doesn't need to be the son that Phil wants him to be. Now, whether they actually proceed to advance this fucking plot point or not, that feels like it should be the biggest hurdle, because Phil didn't want Ben as his son. He wanted a version of him, but he got a worse version of him who has actually murdered someone and has gone further than Phil ever fucking needed to. Phil Mitchell without the tact.
My problem with Ben Mitchell, like looking at the actors, obviously, is the fact, like, I immediately go from Charlie Jones to Harry Reid, because Joshua Pascal or Pascal, whatever the fuck he's called, I don't care. Yeah. He's a dick. He's a bully, from what I heard. All allegedly. All alleged.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he genuinely got arrested for some
Oh, well,
dodgy shit.
well then, fuck you then. Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Hope you rot in prison. Um,
I don't know
like,
if he's still in prison, but there
oh,
was some definite fucking...
but like, I do not
not the most savoury of characters.
If I could change anything in EastEnders history, it would be to bring in Harry Reid earlier to kill Heather and then serve his time. Because Joshua Pascal looks like a fucking... He looks so out of place as Ben Mitchell, in my opinion. Like, he... Like, you know the way, like, we... Do you know, like, how we make fun of, like, how... I forgot what EastEnders character is. If, like, one EastEnders character is just so clueless, they look up to the sky and they see nothing. Joshua's Ben Mitchell is just like... What the... What? No,
He is just angry Ben.
Yeah, but he looks so confused when he's delivering these lines to me.
Yeah.
Which I don't like. But Harry Reid is soon to be here. Fuck your Max Bowdens. Fuck them.
Oh, I fucking love Harry Reid. I love this era of Ben Mitchell.
I love Harry Reid. He's big, he's strong, and he's gonna fuck shit
I don't
up.
think he's that big or strong. But I do love him, and I do miss him, and I will try heed some caution. I don't want to fucking spend every episode being like, and here's why fucking I love Harry Reid's Ben Mitchell. Ah. But there will be a lot of fanboying, as he is one of the characters who I watched the most, and this version of the character is the one that I enjoy the most. So, yeah, be prepared. It is a very different Ben Mitchell than the one we got in his previous stint.
Yeah.
So if you've never actually had the chance to see him, it will be a breath of fresh air.
I just don't know why they had to recast Charlie Jones. Like, he should have been the one who killed Heather in the show. And then Harry Reid.
Well, they wanted to harden him.
Yeah, Charlie
Like,
Jones.
you're telling me Charlie Jones is gonna murder someone and be convincing.
Imagine him doing it. I fucking hate you, Heather. Bosh!
Stop being an up. Alright, you know it wouldn't work. Because we all fucking we still laugh to this day at him saying, "You need slapping Dan." We all laugh at it. We all laugh at all of the clips he had. Stop fucking lying.
Look, I just say bring back Charlie Jones.
But yeah, where the fuck even were we? Oh, Abby and Jay wonder about Ben and wonder why he hasn't called Jay, but before he can answer, Lola bursts in with a bottle of schnapps and tears. Abby finds herself as the third wheel in her own relationship. It's quite sad. I feel bad for Abby. Phil sends him out and updates Jay as he is mortified as to why Ben hasn't called him. Ian wants to shut down the restaurant because he doesn't feel like he can do it without Lucy, but Peter tries to step up and help Ian believe that it is possible. Sharon gets back to not understanding the situation, tries to make things better, but doesn't know what to say. In this situation, we were just like, Sharon, shut the fuck up, please. Just stop. Stop talking, Sharon.
I thought she was gonna go, my Denny's just getting bad juju off you, Phil. Will you stop it? My poor Denny. And I was going to be like,
My Denny's scared.
I hope your Denny dies in a boat in 2020.
So I'll be specific.
I'll be specific, but
hypothetically speaking, of course.
Yeah, hypothetically, it'll never happen. I think he'll be gone by 2020. I say he leaves in 2016, but I could be wrong. But like, I'm like, Sharon, you're driving me up the wall, Sharon, no. Like, I'm like the child where they just kick and scream when they're like, we're not buying you the game, and you're like putting all your weight into the ground, so you're like, I'm not leaving, ma. That's me with Sharon at this point. No, Sharon, get away from me.
No, don't mention fucking. Stop mentioning Denny. Stop it.
Yeah, but continue.
Jay leaves a message to Ben saying, "Look, you've had your fun. It's time to come back. Come back now." Then, the day of the Beale's restaurant launch, Ian is upset about Jane not being there, but Peter is as rock, and Peter rallies the troops and gets a full restaurant ready to go. This, though, news is spared as the coroners have released Lucy's body, and they want the body to be, all right, time to do the funeral, best get started, Les Coker will handle it. Peter decides to not tell him immediately and wants Ian to just have one day where he's not reminded as the dad whose daughter just died. Ian thinks everyone's forgotten about him, but everyone shows up in kind. It's actually quite wholesome to see the entire restaurant get packed out. Like, the whole fucking community's like, don't worry, Ian. We're here for you. It's like, It's very wholesome. The lovely scene. Sharon walks out on food with Phil, while Denise reveals they've released Lucy's body. And Ian storms out. Les tries to sit Ian through Lucy's funeral planning, but he can't hack it. And Ian and Peter both acknowledge how hard it's been and how much of a struggle that how much of a loss it is for both of them. And slightly anticlimactic, but that's the end of the week. What is the duff duff?
The duff.
Oh, it's yeah.
The duff duff is obviously Peter brings Ian to the fucking to the Crocodile, and it's like, come on, you can confront Lucy, you can confront her. Ian's like, no, I don't want to do it. And then basically Peter goes back later on, kisses her on the forehead, goes into her bed and just sleeps. Respect. Honestly.
Yeah, he spends the night just kind of allowing it to sit in, allowing it to kiss her on the forehead and just kind of weeps essentially.
I would have been like, Lucy, I know you're dead, but I need to watch the new PewDiePie video. Fuck off. PewDiePie has just posted a video.
But I need to watch Happy Wheels number 735.
Rest in peace, Lucy. You would have loved Happy Wheels.
But yeah, that is the week. It was a pretty good week. I enjoyed it. Didn't necessarily go down as easy as a lot of them. Was a bit less palatable. But then it always was going to be. We've had a little bit of a break, and now we're back in full swing. So yeah, it was a decent enough week. Not my favourite. It was alright. Yeah, honestly, it's all I got. It was a decent enough week for EastEnders. What do you think of it?
Yeah, it was a decent enough week. It definitely could have been a bit better, but it's been the week. I don't want to say it's the weakest week we've had so far, but it's up there.
Definitely not, but it's
I understand not all weeks.
Well, it's just obviously in comparison, it's a down week in comparison to the last couple of weeks, which have all been hectic as fuck.
Yeah. So that's all my real thoughts. I guess you give your thoughts.
Yeah, I gave my thoughts. It's fine. It was it existed. It's furthered all the stories. I'm not looking forward to seeing Dean again. And yeah, it just continues. I look forward to whenever Jane gets back. I don't know when she gets back, but it is sad seeing Ian by himself. But I am also very much looking forward to Ben's imminent return. And that's what I'm mostly looking forward to. But finally, I think it's time to go through the prime suspects. I've only got one. And it feels like it's very hard to make a case for anybody else, as Jake Stone, also known as Warren Fox, has been arrested and charged with the murder of Lucy Beale. He was drunk on the night she went missing, he's not got a good alibi, and there's nothing to suggest that he wasn't involved other than Lauren's guilt. So he has been arrested, he's made himself look supremely guilty. So yes, Jake Stone has to be the prime suspect.
The only other one I could fish out as a suspect is, obviously, what the fuck's his name? What the fuck is his name? Not Johnny, the other child. What the fuck's his name?
Lee,
yeah. Lee could technically count if you want him to, because he still just fucked off and went back to the military. I guess the other one...
I guess the closest one you could go with is Lola.
Lola could be a suspect.
Because she sold her story to the press. She's trying to put attention back on literally anybody else.
The only other one
yeah.
that rings a bell is Max Branning just Max Branning, because like he is just comforting Lauren. Well, Lauren's like, oh, did I do the right thing, Dad? And he's just like, yeah, you did, you did, definitely, definitely did. I didn't do anything. Don't check where I was on Good Friday. You're oddly specific there, Dad. Shut up and eat your cornflakes. He's the only other one that counts, but obviously it's Warren Fox. He's number one. If it has to go in order, number one is Warren Fox, number two is Lola, and number three is Max. And that's it. And if you want to throw a funny fourth one in there, you can put Stan Carter.
Yeah, why not?
So there's four for you. I've come to the table with 4. 5 is also Lee Carter, if you want to count him. Stan's a bit higher than me. But there you
go. Yeah, just picking out flies out of shit.
It's better than trying to go.
There you go.
It's better than just going, oh, it's only Warren Fox. You gotta try. You gotta try. Even if it's shit, you gotta try and pick the shit from the shit. You feel me, home slice?
I don't know why you're hitting me with that. That's my entire shtick on this fucking show. That's what I do. It's the whole point. And he's dropping the home slice on me. Fucking hell. He's stealing all my fucking gimmicks.
Yeah.
I'm the talent. I'm the one hosting the show. So sit the fuck. I'll deal with you later.
I feel that has not come out with one more match yet, but it's still a funny fucking thing. I'll deal with you later.
But yes, that has been another episode of WhoDunNit. May have been on this. It's not. I would say it's slightly on the shorter side. It's only like 10 minutes shy of an hour. It's not too short in comparison. But obviously, some weeks are going to be less hectic than others. So that is all we have for you this evening, or this morning rather, as everything gets released at 8 fucking a.m. Thank you for watching WhoDunNit 2014. This has been episode 20. If you like the show, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and whilst you're down there, make sure to leave a little comment telling you your thoughts, who's the prime suspect, etc., etc. Thank you for watching WhoDunNit 2014. Join us next week for another edition. See you then. Bye-bye.
Home slice.